Okay, so I probably won't make a video like this ever again. This is unscripted. I'm probably not gonna edit it at all, and I'm making a video about a movie before it comes out. But this is kind of a special case because it's Spider-Man, and I love Spider-Man, and I need I Brand New Day comes out next week, okay? And I need it to be good. I need this movie to be good. And I'm hopeful, but before it comes out, I'd like to just go over the reasons I'm excited, the reasons I have hope, and what this movie needs to do so that there's a basis when I review it of like pre-established criteria I have because I have very specific demands from this movie and I would like to discuss them. So, I need this movie to be good so fucking bad. I have not needed a movie to be good like this in years, okay? This is not my most anticipated movie of the year. I think Dune takes that. This is probably like top 3 though. I love Spider-Man, man. Look, it needs to be good. We haven't had a good street level Spider-Man movie since 2017. Everything we've gotten since then has either been mediocre or multiverse bullshit. And as much as I love the Spider-Verse movies, and I still really enjoy No Way Home, I this is not like why I like this character, and I just need a good grounded movie for this character. I think Tom Holland has the potential to like be this great version of the character that he hasn't had the chance to be so far. Even though I like him a lot in Homecoming and No Way Home, it just hasn't been optimal. So I need it to be good. I need to be a good grounded street level movie, right? And I think it might be. I think it actually I am hopeful. I'm a little worried. I'm mostly hopeful because we have a new director and I like Shang-Chi. I think it's a good movie. And the director clearly has a lot more of a vision than John Watts did. Even putting aside how funny it is that Tom Holland like actually has standards now after working with Christopher Nolan, like he's working with someone who is a better director. There's like it visually, there are some shots in the trailers that have me like questioning things a bit, but it has much more of a visual identity. It looks a lot rougher and tangible, um, and like just tactile. Like it looks like it still looks some like dark and grayish, but like with much more of a purpose. It looks like it has better lighting than the previous movies. The suit looks incredible, by the way. This is not relevant to anything, but this is like the best live action Spider-Man suit in any of the movies. I love that one shot in the trailers with like the bright lights, like and it like the lens flares. It just looks like Spider-Man's a real guy that we're watching. It really helps get me more excited. I think it's gonna make the movie a lot better. I think the movie looks a lot better visually, and I think from like like everything we know about the movie, it does seem like it's a lot more grounded. We're gonna see Peter Parker dealing with like personal struggles first and foremost. He's broke, he's struggling, he's lonely, he's miserable. I love that shit. I love it. I'm not someone who wants Peter Parker to suffer all the time. Like, I think there has to be a balance between torture porn and like you just have to win sometimes. Like, I think in the comics you can probably have him marry Mary Jane by now. I think the whole like one more day thing to put him back down to zero is very stupid. I do think that this version of Peter Parker has had it a little too good, and I like that he's like struggling with Spider-Man things now, and I really want that to be a focus of the movie. How Spider-Man is kind of like a torturous job for Peter, you know? I want him to be like it. I don't. I want him to like he can be happy at the end, but I do want majority of the movie to be him struggling to keep his job as Spider-Man. Um, I think anyway for my criteria now. First and foremost, if I could guarantee you one thing from this movie, it's that MJ cannot remember Peter. Okay, they can get together again. That's depends on how you execute it. But I like the fact that they're in. I know a lot of people want the like this to be like a softcore reboot, get a new cast of characters. I think them being in this movie makes a lot of sense. From like a character perspective, it's more torturous for Peter, which like I said I like. It makes sense. It's like he has the promise from the last movie that he didn't keep, and he has to struggle between like what he wants and what he thinks is the right thing to do. It's a good conflict for him to face also, that he's like neighbors with these guys that like he used to be friends with and they don't remember. Like that's a fascinating area to discover rather than just give him a new cast of characters. It's good if MJ has a new boyfriend in the trailer. Like it'd be very funny if his name is Paul, by the way. But I think it's an interesting situation for Peter to deal with. And I mean MJ being in this movie, I'm so fine with. I just they can get together, but I cannot tolerate any like, oh, true love has made me overcome the spell. Fuck that shit. I don't want any Fantastic Beasts esque like just undoing the ending of the last movie. The last movie's ending is one of my favorite Spider-Man movie endings. I want it to have like lasting consequences. I want it to mean something. I don't want them to like cuz like obviously Doomsday's coming out like in December. It looks like garbage. Steve coming back like thematically ruins his previous ending, and I think MJ remembering would have the same effect on No Way Home. And I think the ending of No Way Home is maybe its best aspect. So, yes, that's my first criteria. Even if they can get together, that's fine by me. I think they probably should get together. And like Peter can like tell her whatever. I don't know. Depends on the execution. But like she cannot remember for like absolutely not. Secondly, I need Peter to like be very secretive with his identity, which like I don't even have to say, but after like Endgame, where he was just like introducing himself with his first name, last name to everyone. I hope No Way Home taught him something. Is all I'll say. Okay, I want him, and I feel like I maybe will have to compromise on this one because in the trailers it does look like he tells Bruce Banner about his identity, but like I want it to at least be kept to a minimum. I want to like see that he's traumatized. Like I would like a scene where he's about to tell someone who he is, and then he remembers how the last movie went down, and he backs down. I think that'd be fantastic. Like I don't know how they're gonna do this. I feel like I might be a little upset. I want him. If people can find out, I don't want it to be too easy, but like if they find out, they find out. But I want to see at least a very active effort from Peter, and I want him to be upset if anyone finds. I think it'd be a very cool idea if someone finds out and he has like a panic attack or something. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to watch because he associates his identity being known with danger and threat and ruining people's lives. I think that I want to see that conflict in him. And my third point is just please keep this street level. Like I said, this looks like a street level movie, but does seem like it's pushing it a bit in some areas. I obviously a lot of great street level Spider-Man movies with like a lot of like grand fictional stuff. I think Spider-Man 2 is probably like peak street level Spider-Man, and that movie's climax has Doctor Octopus building a mini sun. I'm not saying you can't have any fictional elements in this story. I actually quite like how we're like seeing Spider-Man's rogue gallery in this. I think like Scorpion, Tombstone. I think their inclusion is very fun and something I really wanted. I hope we see Big Wheel. I think that'd be kind of fun. But I think Hulk. I really like that Hulk's in this movie and the Punisher. To be fair, the Punisher makes sense. He's a Spider-Man adjacent character. To be fair, like him, Daredevil, like they're kind of in the same zone. I think as far as like the MC, like I know Sony has a contract for Marvel that like they have to Spider-Man has to be with a different hero in a movie, or like just at least like have one hero. That was Iron Man, Nick Fury, Doctor Strange. Now it's like these three. I know that's a contractual thing, and I think Punisher is probably like the best case scenario for that besides Daredevil. Like very like it Punisher being in a Spider-Man movie makes sense. Like those are very heroes that can cross over. It gives me like the prime MCU where heroes just kind of cross over because they exist in the same universe. I think it's a very cute thing to see. I would like him to maybe not be in the climax, but I guess we'll see. Again, that's more of an execution thing, but I would like his role to like not be. I want him to be like, whoa, it's the Punisher, but like like he exists. It makes sense for him to be there. They know each other, but not like we're gonna sell this movie off of Punisher. He's in the final battle. I want it to be contained. Hulk actually makes a lot of sense. I don't know how much this movie is gonna be like. I don't know if we're gonna get even a mention of the fact that there's a symbiote in the MCU now. I think it'd be kind of a good time to give him the symbiote, considering like Peter's anger should be very uncontrolled during this time of his life. And I think Hulk makes a lot of. I think there's rumors of Mr. Negative being the main villain, and I think that would be a great move because Peter is very unstable at this moment, and I think giving him a villain who can manipulate that anger into like something destructive and dangerous, and then pairing him with a character whose main thing is that he has uncontrollable rage, I think makes a lot of sense. I'm actually really I love Mark Ruffalo. I love the Hulk in the MCU, even though I don't love every decision they've made with him. So I am glad to see him again, since he's probably not going to be in Doomsday, which is weird, but not the time for that. So I am glad to see him, but also I think it makes thematic sense for him to be there. I think if they can utilize him really well, I hope they do. But then we get to Sadie Sink, who might be playing Jean Grey. And if this is just like a minor character, like a tease as to what's coming, fine. But it does seem like she's probably gonna be really important. And I do want to like this movie, so I'm not gonna say it's a deal breaker. Like if they use her well and they use her fairly relatively minimally, then I could see it working. I'm cautious though. I don't want this to be a gigantic X-Men trailer, like extended 2 hour tease for like phase 7. I if she's an actual character in the movie with a role and a purpose and she contributes to the story and like the themes and Peter's character, and then she also just happens to be an X-Men, okay, I could see that working. I if she's like the main villain or something, that'd be kind of weird. I don't want that to happen. I really hope she's not the main villain. I don't want that to happen. But I just hope they use her well, is all I'll say. And I hope they keep her at a fair level. I don't want her to be like the main like thing of this movie, you know? But yeah, I am very excited. I need this movie to be good. I will crash the fuck out if it's bad, but I have hope. I have hope. We have a director with a vision. We have Tom Holland locking the fuck in, and we have a story that does seem to be going in the general direction that I would like this character to go to. We don't have any multiverse bullshit. We don't have any like big, oh, this is like the big next step for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No, it's like a contained story about Spider-Man. And I think I just want it to be good. I would like that. I mean, we'll see next week. I will obviously review it, and I'm not gonna do this again. Spider-Man is a very special case, and this is a movie where I've been saying for years, please do a street level, contained, small scale story, and they seem to be going in that direction. So I just want to make a video saying, hey, I have hope. Like the Spider-Man isn't born. Okay, that's basically the thesis. Spider-Man, you don't fuck with Spider-Man. I love. He's the goat. He's the goat. Like he's the goat. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to watch it.